need you to come to the front here and state your name and address. Okay, she's the only one coming to the front, to the podium. Okay. Okay.
My name is Samantha Talamantes. I live at 554 North Oliver. And as a citizen, I have a question for you. I would like to know who is investigating the death of John Paul Quintero, and why has there been so much secrecy on the death of John Paul Quintero?
Okay. That is something, City Attorney, you want to answer that?
Currently, that matter is being investigated by the District Attorney's Office, and once they make a decision on that, they will issue an opinion on their findings.
Okay.
Okay, what I want to know is why has there been so much secrecy on it? Why is it that Oklahoma, which is our neighbor state, releases the police information or the name of the police officer 24 to 48 hours unless there's a threat made directly towards that police officer? Why is it that Kansas doesn't? And that's our neighbor state.
The Kansas Open Records Act excludes information regarding criminal investigations. At this point, it's still a criminal investigation. It's also the Wichita Police Department's policy not to release those names.
Okay. You, Mr. Mayor, why do you allow the police department? I mean, who comes up with these? And I mean, and why are you allowing your police department just to come out here and just do what they do? Like, why isn't anyone being held accountable for the death of John Paul Quintero? That's my question. Who is being held accountable for it? Because if I was to go out and kill someone, I would be held accountable, just like anyone else. So because they're a police officer, they get away with it? That's my question here. Who is being held accountable for it?
Well, that's what the district attorney is going to find out after he completes his investigation. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so that's who will make that determination. But first, the investigation has to be completed as to what has happened. And then the district attorney will in turn give us, or give the police department and the city of Wichita a report. And then from that standpoint, then that's when we take action.
Okay, and as far as the policies on the AR-15s, why did she come up to my home with an AR-15? Why, what did she come to a knife disturbance with an AR-15 for? Is what I want to know. And, I mean, an unarmed man, what was the purpose of an AR-15? Why couldn't she take her handgun out like her partner did? What is that? I want to know the policy on an AR-15.
I would suggest that you talk to the police department and the city attorney as far as the police department's policy.
But you are the mayor, right?
But there
You're
are a lot
over
of
everyone else,
policies,
right?
and there are a lot of policies that we're not aware of that actually exist. And so, and certainly you can't, just like we don't practice law as a council. So from that standpoint, we have to find out what the policy is, and then the city manager will get with us and tell us what the policy is.
So you don't know the policy on the AR-15?
That's not our responsibility to know the policy. Our responsibility is to make sure that the citizens of Wichita are safe. And
Are
so
we
try.
safe with her as a police officer? Are we?
That I can't answer that question for you because she's a police officer. That's something that'll have to be determined with the police chief, the city attorney, city manager, and they fill us in. Okay? So the question originally was this was over another issue that had to do with the historic building.
Okay,
And it's not the issue that you have just presented to us. Okay?
Well, that is why I brought that issue.
Okay, so I would recommend to you go to the district attorney's office and ask them the same questions that you're asking here. That's over on the other side of the street, and you ask them, you know, what the status of the investigation is, and ask them the questions you want. Policy issues and things of that nature, then you come back and you talk to the police department and the city attorney, and they'll answer those questions for you, okay?
Mm-hmm. So you don't know, you just don't know anything about what's the policies or anything like that about what's going on?
Ma'am, we don't get
you as the mayor, I
ma'am,
mean,
we
you're
don't
the
get
mayor
involved in-
over, you know,
I
all of your citizens.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm telling you that to get the answer that you're searching for, I'm telling you where to go get the answer. And that's with the police chief and the city attorney. And they will explain to you what the policies are and what the rationale is. But to give you answers to your investigation, you go see the district attorney, okay? And the discussion that we're having right now has to do with a historic building,
Okay,
okay?
and I was asking you about
Okay.
the death of John
All
Paul
right,
Quintero.
thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, is there anyone else that would like to speak on the issue of the demolition of the historic building?
We're Union Station.
Union Station, I'm sorry.
We're not going to demolish Union Station.
Well, we don't know yet. Okay, is there anyone else that would like to speak on this item?
You guys released where 4 out of 5 pages were redacted, right? You saw that.
I can't answer to that.
You can't even say that you saw the document that you guys
Yeah, I
released
saw
to
it,
the
but
media.
again, at the end of the day, just like any policies, any changes, any laws, we've got to look at nationwide trends, things of that nature. We can't just have a knee jerk and just change a policy. We've been having this policy for years.
That document, I tell you,
I'm not gonna answer.
I mean, that's just about the policy itself.
Kansas Open Records Act.
I know you're not gonna tell me what's in the document. Or allows you guys to cover that entire document in black ink. Not just names, not just,
Okay,
you know.
that's a question for the legal department.
It's your police department.
Again,
Now,
and the policy she asked about on rifles is online. You'll have access, you can get that and look at it. And just like I said, we have to look at things along the way, just like any event,
Why is
every.
this entire
Mike, I'm not gonna
document
go, I
redacted?
answered it. I can't answer. I gave you a source to go look at, okay?
The legal department's gonna
Yes.
be able to tell me why that entire document was redacted.
You all had instructions from the mayor on who you need to follow up with. I'm answering
But we
questions
already
about the
know how that
policy as well.
works. We
And
already
have a
know, we're
case
gonna
that's
go over
being-
there and they're gonna say, oh, well, we can't say
Well, if
anything.
you don't make an effort, I guess you can stick
Oh,
to,
we've
we know
done
how.
it, we've done it, chief.
But at the end of the day, again, like I said, here's what we're doing. We're
3 years
looking,
on
it's gonna be
July 10th,
investigated.
and we still
The
have
DA's
no
office
answers.
ultimately makes
We
the
don't know
finding. I
anything.
don't. And that's what
3 years
They
happens.
refuse to tell us
3 years later, so you're trying to say it's gonna take 3 years to
I'm not
investigate
gonna
the
debate
death
this
of
here.
my
Well,
cousin?
If you
I'm not
look at
gonna
the Troy
debate this
Lanning
here.
case, you guys say.
And that's why I'm asking, you're the police chief, right?
I'm the interim police chief. I'm not gonna debate this. You just heard that this case is under investigation. Let the investigation
Okay,
work.
3 years, so are you guys trying to tell me
I'm
that's
not
how-
talking about, we're
that-
talking about this case here with you
Okay,
now.
no, but it's
okay?
all in the same case because your police officer has done killed.
Okay,
and-
you had questions about policy, it's online, okay? The rest of it is under investigation.
And that's all you have to say.
That's what I have to say. That's what I have to say.
Can
At
we
the
tell
end of the
everybody
day, it's
that is
under
what you have to
investigation.
say.
It's under investigation. Let the investigation work.
Who
That's how we get
investigated
to
by
the.
your own people? By
District
all of you
Attorney's
guys?
Office, the
Who's
mayor
gonna
just
cover
told
the
you.
ass of this woman who shot and killed my
Okay,
cousin?
I've answered enough of these questions. I told you it's under investigation. The district attorney's office will ultimately make the ruling on this case.
Okay,
Is there any
I'm not gonna argue
timeline?
with it.
Is there any
Thank you.
timeline on the investigation?
no.
It's been almost 3 years since y'all shot Troy Lanning. We still don't have answers on that either.
Yeah, their timeline